to be about where lines intersect. So let me type the question. The question could look as follows. Where do the following two lines intersect? We could have y equals 2x plus 3 and y equals minus 0.5x plus 6. So what you have to do, there are a couple of methods of doing this question. We're going to open the TI84, and this is easier to do on the TI84 rather than if you were to do it manually or algebraically. So on the TI84 calculator, as always, we're going to go onto the y equals. We're going to press clear on anything there. Then we're going to copy in these equations. So 2x plus 3 on y1, and then y2, because this is the second line, minus 0.5x plus 6. Then what we're going to do is we're going to press graph. Now you can see there's a red line and a blue line, and we want to see where they cross, which is this point here. You may want to zoom in a bit because we can see a lot of the graph. So I'm going to go on to window, and I'm going to make these numbers a little bit smaller. Minus 10, 10, minus 10, 10. Then we're going to go back onto the graph and see what that looks like. Excellent. We can ignore these dots for now. We will learn about this in a future topic. We're just going to focus on the two straight lines. To see where they intersect, we're going to press the second calc. We're going to press number 5, which is intersect. You select one of the graphs, like the blue graph. You select the other graph, which is the red graph, press enter, and then you just select where they cross over in the middle. There we go. They intersect at 1.2, 5.4. So the answer would be 1.2, 5.4. Now, you may have a slightly different question than this. You may be asked where some lines intersect, but this time they're given in a different format. So watch what I'm going to type here. You may be asked, where do the following lines intersect? Now, you need to have a think about how this is different from the previous question. Hopefully you noticed that in these questions we have the y equals as the subject of the formula, and this we have the y and x on one side and the number on the other. If it's in this format, what you have to do is something slightly different, which is a little bit more complicated. What you need to do is press the apps button. We're going to go to polysmelt, which happens to be number 9. We're then going to press simultaneous equation solver. This is a simultaneous equation because we've got two equations with two unknown variables. So we know that we've got two equations with two unknowns. We're going to press next, which is the graph button. Then we just need to type this system of equations in. It's 4y plus 2x. So what you could do is switch these round. So you may want to rewrite these as 2x plus 4y equals 6. And this is because addition is commutative. That means you can just switch around the variables if you're adding and subtracting them. And now we can copy it into the calculator correctly. So if we move the screen over slightly, we are going to get the following. The first one's going to be 2, 4, 6. So for x, we're going to put in 2. Y, we're going to put in 4. And the right hand side number we're going to put in 6. Then for the second one we're going to put in 3, 7, 10. Then we're going to press graph. Then there's our solution, 1 and 1, particularly boring. Now, if you don't like this polysmelt method because it's quite long, what you could do is rearrange the equation. So you'd have to do this algebraically and make y the subject of the formula of equation 1 and equation 2. So if we were to make y the subject of the formula, we'd rearrange this equation. So that'd be 4y equals 6 minus 2x. Then on our next line of the equation, we want to isolate y on its own. So we need to divide both sides by 4. Then for the second equation, if we repeated that step, we are going to get y equals 10 minus 3x all divided by 7. So this is an alternative method. Going on to the calculator, we could go on to the y equals. We need to quit off this menu first, then we need to clear both of these menus, and then we type in our new functions for this new question. So y equals 6 minus 2x divided by 4. Then our second one is going to be 10 minus 3x divided by 7. And please note I've put these in brackets because we want both terms, both the 6 and the minus 2x, to be divided by 4, and the same with the second one. We're going to press graph. Again, we've got a blue and a red graph. I want to zoom in a little bit because it's not quite clear what's going on here. So we're going to go to window. I'm going to change this so it's even smaller again. Minus 5, 5. This is just an experimentation with these numbers. You need to practice these questions to understand. Then we're going to press graph. And you can see it's becoming a lot clearer now. We're going to press second calc. We're going to press intersect, which is 5. Select on the first curve, second curve. It will automatically do that for you. And then go vaguely where they intersect. It's quite hard to see. And they intersect at 1, 1. And the reason why it's quite hard to see is because at this point they're getting very close together. But it still gives us the answer of 1, 1, which matches with this. Now, if you were running out of time in the exam, what you could do is move this cursor and you could kind of guess where they intersect. You just put it on the graph and you can see it's almost 1, 1. This would work better for the previous example because this one you can see is not exact. So this tells you, this video, how to find where two lines intersect.